Hey, human family, how are you? It's Darren. Welcome to another episode of Fully Alive Again. I got a really good program for us today. Today, I want to talk about boundaries on the macro and the micro scale. Boundaries are everything when it comes to healing narcissistic abuse and preventing from being abused again. So today, it's all about boundaries, you guys. So if you're ready to become fully alive again, hit the subscribe button. And let's do what we do and dive deep.
No tears, no fears. Fully alive again after 6 years.
Have you ever noticed when we're seeking creativity, it doesn't appear? When we're seeking happiness and comfort, it gives the polar opposite outcome and effect? If you use food to medicate yourself from the pain or drugs, the outcome is far more severe than the initial lack of happiness or security inwardly. You see, boundaries have a paradox too. We need boundaries both on the macro level in society and cultures. If we don't have a line that's drawn in the sand, an expectation of do's and don'ts, then we live in utter chaos. And this is a narcissist's bliss. But in the same sense, if we have rigid boundaries and lack of individuality, we lose our freedom. And it has a negative effect. But boundaries are never rigid on the micro level. Now again, culturally and throughout society, boundaries are imperative. A country cannot exist without borders, expectations, and laws and rules. Those rules and expectations and borders have to be thought out very clearly and then adhered to. It is just like an individual. If you don't have any boundaries, any rules that you set for yourself, your life energy, your happiness and inner peace is not sustainable. Without having boundaries, you are 100% prey. You will be eaten alive. So the question is, why don't we human beings possess the kind of boundaries that would prevent us from allowing people to cause us harm, to hurt us, to abuse us? Where did we let go of boundaries? Well, you guys, perhaps we never had them. And if you were not raised in a home, a functioning home, all homes are dysfunctional to a certain degree, but there are certainly in this world better parents than others. And if you were one of the unfortunate ones, and that's just from a lack of a better statement or word, unfortunate, but if you were one of the unfortunate ones and came from a home where boundaries weren't role modeled and or taught, then it's a formidable task to inquire them, utilize them, and stick to them. Do you know why this is such a formidable task for most empaths, sentient human beings, codependent people who are survivors of narcissistic abuse? Why is it so formidable for us to have boundaries? Because we want to be nice. We want to be liked. In order to have boundaries and to stick to your boundaries, to keep your self-protection and your mental health in alignment with who you are and who you want to be, you have to have solid boundaries. To have those solid boundaries, they have to be enforced. And if they're going to be enforced, you are going to have to experience not being liked. People aren't going to like you. Narcissistic people aren't going to like you. They despise boundaries. You see, you guys, we can't run from conflict. We can't hide from being disagreeable at times. It's all right for people to hate you, as long as they don't try to physically harm you or destroy you. It is much better to be disliked by others than to dislike ourselves. When we don't have boundaries, we feel weak. We feel vulnerable. We feel like the only way that we can feel confident in a higher level of self-worth is when we are pleasing other people. That's no way to live. Boundaries are essential for self-worth. Boundaries are far more important than being nice. Being nice should be way down the line on the hierarchy list of the type of attributes and what type of characteristics you want as a human being. Being nice does not mean that we are being good. It means that we are listening to a program that was instilled into our subconscious mind by a narcissist, abusive person. It is perfectly normal to put yourself first and to have boundaries. All right, you guys? And please don't misconstrue what I'm saying. How nice should you be to other people when you first meet someone or you're dealing with them in the workplace or as friends and they're a new stranger in your life? As nice as you can be. Not weak, not gullible. Certainly listen to what a person is saying and what they're doing. But if a person is good to you, be reciprocal. It's a reciprocation relationship. Be as nice as you can to other people. Be congenial. Be respectful. I'm not saying to be on the contrary of that. But when they show you that they are on the contrary of what you thought they were and that they don't deserve that kind of energy and respect and kindness, shut it off and move on. That's all that I'm saying. And you guys, I want to make sure that you understand I'm not saying it's your fault when you're abused by a narcissist. Narcissists are constantly looking for ways to hurt people. They just can't really get into your life and cause major harm when you have boundaries. For instance, narcissists will do little things, little tricky things to try to hurt you. They will say they want something. Let's say a narcissist says, I want a cake for my birthday. You bake them a cake. You have the cake sitting on the dinner table for them. They walk in the door and they ignore the cake and they don't have a piece of it to eat. That is a narcissistic strategy to belittle you, to erode you. Those type of behaviors, when you don't know a person is a narcissist, are simply unavoidable. There's nothing you can do about that. That's why it means nothing. Why worry about what you can't control, and why worry about what you can control? Control it. What you can control is creating a parameter around your personal and emotional life, your psychology, the filter through that you see the world through, the filter of how you see yourself, and never letting anyone penetrate that. As far as the trivial little things, you can't prevent that, but it means nothing. It's silliness. It's stupidity from a weak, stupid person. And that shit is unavoidable. But it shouldn't shut you down. It shouldn't take away your ability to enjoy life and stay focused on the things that matter to you. Focus is everything. That is the whole strategy of a narcissist, to try to get inside your head. Don't give them that power when they play stupid games. Once you see them, let them go. Don't feel guilty or small for them tricking you. Being nice to people is what normal, healthy people do. As soon as you see that that's a fraudulent person, just stop being nice and let them go and move on. And do whatever you have to go up, over, around, or through them. All right, you guys. I deeply appreciate you guys stopping through today. I hope you got some value out of today's show. And share your feedback on today's show. How have boundaries worked for you? And what happened when you didn't have any? Your life experiences matter too. And I deeply appreciate you guys stopping by today. Always remember, it's better to be fooled, tricked, abused, and even damaged by a narcissist than to be a narcissist. All right, you guys, stay positive, protect your mind and your head at all times, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Be well.